Hello, my name is Stephen Allison and I'm a 200-hour registered yoga instructor through Health Yoga Life. And today I'm going to tell you about something that will not only improve your yoga, but could also improve your life. The 10-cent phrase of the day is arthrokinetic dysfunction, which sounds really intimidating, but basically what it means is that if you have a jammed joint anywhere in your body, that jammed joint will create global instability, global weakness, and global inflexibility. Good news is that we can unjam a joint very quickly, and if you do these right, then you can unjam your joints and your body will get out of pain or stronger or more flexible at the speed of your nervous system, which is 800 miles an hour, lickety split. So don't just take my word for it that arthrokinetic dysfunction is bad and that doing these drills will help you a lot. Let's test it in real time. So to test whether or not these drills will work for you in real time, I'm just going to ask you to do two things. One, lock out your knees and come down and touch your toes. This is an assessment, so we're assessing three things. We're assessing how quickly we come down, how deep we come down, how close are our fingertips or palms to the earth, and how it feels while we do it. So assess those three things in a forward fold. Do it a couple times because the first one's going to be a little stiff anyway. Second thing we're going to assess is we're going to bring our hands even with the midline of our chest, and we're just going to assess how far over we twist. My feet stay in the same spot. How far over do I twist? I mark the spot. I also look at how it felt and how quickly I got there, because sometimes you don't go any further, but you go there a lot quicker and it's a lot less painful, and therefore you know that the drill worked. We're going to look at the joints that are the high payoff joints, the ones that we use a lot, and we're just going to quickly go through one or two drills at each joint. You're going to do these at home, and then we're going to reassess those two things. Again, we're going to touch our toes and then we're going to twist, and if they get better, that means that one of these joints was opened up and your body liked it. Now if you get worse, that also could mean that your body didn't like what we did to it. So keep that in mind, that also happens. Doesn't mean that it's not, what I'm talking about is false. First thing we're going to do, first joint we're going to focus on is the ankle. And all I want you to do with the ankle is, let's start with the right foot. We're going to turn the toe in about 30 degrees. We're going to look right here at the back of the ankle. All we're going to do is tilt. 1, 2, 3, and then point it straight forward. Same drill. 1, 2, 3, and then point it outwards. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's do the left foot. Turn it in. 1, 2, 3. I'm pointing at the back of my ankle. 1, 2, 3. When I do this, and I'm pointing to the outside. 1, 3. All right, now the next thing that I want to do is going to seem so easy, but some of us are going to have a hard time getting a clean circle here. Is I'm just going to draw some circles from the ankle. From the ankle, not the knee. If you start to do this, that's not your ankle. And a lot of people will. Once you've done 3 or 4 circles, reverse the direction. Go over the other foot, and then reverse the direction. Alright, so there's a couple more drills that we can do with the ankle, but those two should really set you on your way. Let's come up to the knees, the next high payoff joint. I want you to keep both of your feet on the floor, and I just want you to draw some circles, lock it out. Draw the circle, lock it out, just like that. And now we're going to reverse. 1, 2, 3. We don't have to be here all day doing the knees or the ankles. 3 reps is enough. We want the minimal effective dose so you can do it. Get on your way. Let's do a little lunge to the side. And now this lunge, the weight-bearing knee, I'm just going to go 1, 2, and 3. And then reverse. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to lunge over the opposite side, do the same thing, lock out, circle. 3 little circles in each direction. And boom, my knees should be pretty well open. There's a couple more drills that we can do, but those two ought to cover it. For your hips, we want to stand, and now I want you to stand with your toes in, and I want you to stand with your toes out. Which one of these felt more natural to you? Whichever one felt more natural, you're going to do the opposite. So this standing with my toes out feels pretty easy. So I'm going to turn my toes in. All I'm going to do is one of my feet is going to be in neutral, the other one's turned in. I just want you to draw a circle. And then I want you to reverse after about 3 circles. And when you draw this circle, make sure that you also draw the circle. You draw the circle both in front and behind. Because a lot of people just draw a circle out here. Draw it front, side, side and behind. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to do another little lunge to the right. I'm going to turn my left heel in, because this is my rehab position, and I'm just going to do a couple of circles right here at the waist. And then I'll come over here and turn this foot in, Again, I'm just opening up that hip socket, that hip joint. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect, easy peasy. Let's move up the chain, let's go to our spine. Spine is very easy, but these moves can be hard to learn at first. Keep at it. I was terrible at them at first. My life has improved because I got better at them. So the first thing we're going to do, very easy, just from your spine, lift your heart forward and push it back. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do one more. And now we're going to come back to neutral. We're going to go left to right. So inhale, exhale. When you do this, your shoulder lifts and you push your ribs out. Because a lot of people, when they go left to right, will do it like this. And that's actually the opposite. You're closing the joint. So lift the shoulder, push the rib out, side to side. Now, if those two are pretty easy for you, and you find that they're effective, you want to put them together and you want to do a little do-roo, reverse direction. Do a couple of circles. If you can do that, great. A lot of people can't. If you can't do it standing, try it sitting. It's going to get a lot easier. Next thing, we're going to still work on the spine. We're going to come up to the neck. The neck gets a little more complicated. Not a lot of us have good movement maps at the neck, but we're just going to glide the head forward, bring it back. Glide it forward, bring it back. And now can you tilt it to the left, to the right, tilt it to the left, to the right, to the left. I'm going to lose a lot of you right here because that's a very difficult move to do. Now, if you can do both of those, draw some circles, 1 or 2 circles each direction. That one I had to learn while sitting down. I would do it during commercial breaks. When I was watching television, at first, I was just moving my whole head, my whole chest. It came with practice. It will do so for you, especially if you have a tight neck. That's the one to do. Now, next high payoff joint is your shoulders. And all we're going to do in the shoulders is take the arm out and draw an infinity sign. Like you have a chalkboard right out in front of you. And then reverse the direction on the infinity sign after about 2 or 3 reps. Stay with this same hand, and instead of the infinity sign, let's draw a figure 8, high to low, on that same chalkboard. After 1 or 2 reps, reverse the direction, draw that figure 8 up and down. Now we've done that. We've done the lateral plane, the vertical plane. Let's do the transverse plane. So we'll get a little in the front, a little in the back. Make sure you don't do this around anybody you don't know because you might accidentally hit them. And then reverse. See, I'm still drawing that figure 8. I'm opening up that shoulder joint. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do it a little quicker so we don't get boring. So I'm doing my infinity sign. And then I switch to my figure 8. And then I reverse the figure 8. And then I go a little bit behind, a little bit in front. And I'm just working kind of every facet of that shoulder joint. All right, let's move down to the elbows. Elbows, you're going to take your hands out here at 30 degrees. What I see a lot is as people do this, they go out like this. I want you to stay right here at about 30 degrees, 45 degrees. I want you to keep your palms down and start bringing the hands underneath, kind of give yourself a little rub under the chin. Flip over, and then snap it back. Underneath, flip, and snap. Flip, snap, boom. And after you've done a couple of those, 2 or 3, reverse direction. 2, 3, shake it out. Last thing we're going to do is wrists. Everybody is terrible at their wrists. That's okay. We all have to start somewhere. So always think that you're dragging your hands behind. Bring your elbows right into your side. Drag your fingers as your wrists come up. Drag them as the wrists go down. So up, and down. Couple of times. And then do the same thing. Come in, fingers drag behind, out, fingers drag behind. Lead with the wrist. And now nobody can do this right. I'm an exception because I worked at this quite a bit, but I want you to hold your hands here. Can you put them together and draw circles at the wrist? Again, nobody can do this. If you can, you're probably a concert pianist. And good. All right, so that sums up the major joints that we want to look at, the high payoff joints. So if we had any arthrokinetic dysfunction in any of these joints, our assessments will improve. So what we're going to do now, if you're following along, you're going to come down and touch your toes. So before I couldn't put my palms down, and now I can. I'm also going pretty quickly, although my joints are open all the time because I do this fairly frequently, so I'm not going to get a huge payoff. But this next one, I might. So hands right here, even with my midline. I just went about 1.5 feet further to the right, and about 1.5 feet further to the left. So my whole body is just saying, I love this, I'm going to let you move more. And that's a good thing. The more you can move, the better you can move, the more you're going to enjoy your yoga, and the more you're going to enjoy your life in general. Because when you get out of bed in the morning, you're not going to be walking around like some stiff old 70-year-old person. You're going to be vibrant, you're going to want to go out for a run, you're going to want to express yourself, go to yoga class, take my class, and yeah, life will be better. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps you very, very much. Again, it doesn't take a lot of these to be effective. You want the minimal effective dose, 2 or 3 reps. And what you want to do is, if you found that you assessed way better on any of them, just do the ankle tilts tomorrow and see if you assess better. Because why do you need to do 50 different things in order to get a better assessment? If you get better from one, just do the one. More is better to a point. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys, I hope your life has changed.